Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Paint It Out Second Coat with me, your host, Sweet Boy, where we recap Second Coat, the digital makeup competition by Rose Productions. So make sure you follow their Instagram so you can go see the looks before we sit here and spoil them. This week we're joined by a very special guest who you're about to see, even though you know who it is because it's in the title and the poster and the thumbnail and everything. But I'm not going to spoil it because why not? You got to wait 30 seconds. Not even that, about 10 seconds. About 10 seconds and it'll be here. Yeah, let's go into it then. All right. In this week's episode, we have someone you might recognize from the Rose Bowl Season 1. It's Misty Van Cartier.
Are you right, my darling?
Darling, how are you?
You know what? Not bad, little dehydrated, little tired, but what's new?
Sounds like the life of a drag queen.
Exactly, just ever so slightly dry.
Yep, that sounds about right. It's the powder. It's the powder.
Yeah, peeling.
And you look gorgeous today in this blue galaxy alien goddess fantasy.
Thank you so much. So one of my favourite sci-fis is Farscape. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Haven't.
Oh, it's a gorgeous. I believe it was late 90s or early 2000s, and it just full of these sexy aliens, and they're all Australian actors, just very, very blue and very sexy. So that's what I've gone for today, a little galactic moment.
Very blue and very sexy. You're right, exactly that. You hit the brief. Beautiful. I've gone for a little Juno Birch fantasy because they give the theme extraterrestrial, and what better extraterrestrial? I can't even say it, extraterrestrial. Than the icon herself, Juno Birch. So, little alien housewife fantasy. We love it.
You are giving extra textical today.
Exactly. Ooh, extra textrical. So, what have you been up to? Tell us a bit what you've been up to. I hear you've been on a little rampage on Queen the Show.
So, oh my goodness, what have I been up to? Most recently, I was lucky enough to participate in the Queen's Workshop, which is it's a show that is starting up that hopes to go on tour in the UK in 2022, COVID willing. And it features 5 drag queens. One of them is myself, and we are a powerhouse pop group, super group, and we'll be coming to a theatre near you, hopefully.
Oh, and I can't wait. You know, I'll be there. I'll be like a little groupie following the tour. So, shall we jump into gushing about the looks then?
I am ready to gush, dripping.
Ready to gush. Oh, is ready to go. So there's only 6 people this week, which is heartbreaking. We started with 12, and here we are with 6, half the cast. It's quite heartbreaking, really. But what an incredible top 6 it is. Let's jump on and say that first of all. All 6 of these looks literally blew me away, and I think extraterrestrial. I'm just going to say alien because I can't say that word. Alien's such like a hard theme, I think, because it's fantasy. You've got to make it up. You've got to like create a story from something, from nothing.
Yeah, there are no limits, so it's like you can do anything, so it can go very wrong.
Yes, very easily, very wrong. But it didn't, and I think that proves why this top 6 deserves to be in the top 6 because they're able to execute a challenge in a perfect way, as proven.
Yeah.
Okay, then first of all, we have Chris in this air hostess, 3-titty, gorgeous. I'm like blown away by this look because this look as a whole is like incredible. The hat, the wig, the costume works so perfectly with the makeup and the background. Like whatever world this is, I want to live in it. I want to meet this woman. I want to be on her flight, wherever she's going. It's beautiful, and the makeup is so like flawlessly executed. I live for this whole like fantasy, and just 3 tits on anything. I love it.
Just one extra thing just makes everything more fun.
Yeah, exactly, definitely.
Yeah. I think what I love about this is so I come from an acting background, and this is a realized character. So the makeup isn't there to just be makeup and showing off. It's there to realize the character, which is very clever.
Very clever.
Not just being a little makeup artist to show off, being a very clever artist and performer and kind of writer of characters.
So then, moving on, we have Liam laughing.
Oh.
It's the prosthetics on this one that blew me away. You can't see the lines of them, first of all, but you can't even see like what's prosthetic and what isn't. Like it just looks great, and I'm like, I can't even see Liam underneath that. Like I look at that and I wouldn't never think that was Liam. Just mind blowing.
I also love the fact that it's quite romantic. Do you know what I mean? The shot is so. They're really selling it. It's like, this is the planet I live on, and it's very lonely, and I'm a fish, and I'm just looking to date. I like a crustacean, and maybe we can go suck on some kelp. Who knows? See where the night takes us.
Suck on some kelp. I'll do that with Liam.
I'd suck on Liam's kelp. Because it's so kind of wacky and so ungrounded. It's like, I've never met this thing before, but I can imagine, like, because it's so strong, I can imagine that it does exist somewhere. If that makes sense. Well done. Well done,
Liam. It's an incredible look. And then next up, we have Evie Heartless. In a very scary look. I found this one terrifying, if I'm honest with you.
This is fucking cool.
It's so different to all the other looks, I would say. It's so sharp and scary and red and dark. This is a horror alien, and I think it's incredible. Like I say, the colors, I just love that kind of red and black mix. There's some kind of purpley elements as well. It's a genius color palette. The sharpness, the horns, everything is just amazing, and I just love it. And I'm terrified of it, but also in love with it.
This is the alien boss that you have to fight at the end of the film. So it's like this alien warlord kind of thing, and it's been sending out, the Starfleets and kind of the soldiers after you. You fight the soldiers, and then you've got to come to this thing, and it can shoot laser beams and breathe fire. And I love the placement of the horns, because you can't tell which eyes are the real eyes, if that makes sense, or that they're all eyes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So basically, we're really into this creepy alien fantasy.
I'm really into you.
I'm really into you.
I'm really into it. Oh my god.
Okay, so next up we have Sleepy in this underwatery kind of alien aquatic blue. Another one I find really creepy, to be honest. I think if I saw this, I would shit myself a little bit. If it looks so realistic. The prosthetics. I think there's 5 prosthetics, I think they said, and all of them are blended in perfectly, and also kind of subtle as well, but it just makes the character look real. And if I saw this, I would fully think the planet has been invaded and the world was over, and that's what I want to see. I want to believe the character, and I fully believe this character. I think we have been invaded, and Sleepy's actually an alien, and this is their true form.
That's want to be annihilated.
Yeah, annihilate me.
Yeah. This is film standard special effects makeup.
Insane.
This is TV and film standard easily. Do you know what's amazing about it is that it looks like it could fit into a sci-fi that I would see on TV, but it's also never been done before. I personally can't think of a sci-fi character that looks just like this. It's the elegance of the shapes that they've decided to give. For example, that you see the way this blue, it's the way the contours of the eye, and then it delicately kind of sweeps across the bridge of the nose, and then you got this the same blue that was up here is down here, and giving another complementary contour, which then changes the shape of the nose makes the nose more broad, and then goes back in, and then creates this kind of like trunk-like effect. It's all really cool. I could go on for ages.
Like that. The way they've like highlighted and like contoured the lip, you can't, like you say, you can't see where the natural lip is. The same with the nose, you can't see where the natural nose is because they've just completely reshapen it, which is just like the talent to be able to do that is insane. But like they really know how their face works and like what they need to put where in order to give the illusion that they're trying to give, and they've executed it perfectly here. Like there's not like not that I'm here to fault stuff anyway, but even if I tried to fault this, I couldn't find a single thing that I would be able to say about this look that is bad, is like anything other than 100%.
Also, they've put like an effect on the neck so it looks like gills. That's the last thing I'll say. Okay, we need to move on.
So let's move on then. Let's move on to Robin Hart's is up next. And once again, they have rubbed our hearts. The wig in this one, I'm obsessed with. The color palette, I'm obsessed with. They went for like the very classic bright green alien, which I love. And just that like bright green is such a satisfying color to me. It's probably one of my favorite colors. So just seeing that, I'm like obsessed with it. The shapes and stuff they've done are so unnatural, which is exactly what you want from an alien look. You want unnatural, and they've done that. And the wig, I love it. The background, I love it. The photo, I love it. Just all of it, I love it.
As you say, the green is a complete tick because it's given me exactly what I want, but also they've not done just a flat green. It's so many contours and textures. Yep. Again, like with Sleepy's, you see on the shoulders, I love the freckles and the speckles and kind of like the imperfect, but that's what makes it look perfect. It makes it look more beautiful to have kind of natural looking skin, even though it's an alien. It just looks like a painting.
It does, doesn't it? Like you can't see like the natural face underneath this because there's so many like contours and textures and everything that they've added, but they've placed so well as well to like create this illusion.
Yeah, can you see the black bits on the cheek? It looks like it's coming out of the skin, like it's being pushed out, and that's freaky deaky, and I love that.
And then last up, we have the one and only Leather Locklear.
This is ridiculously
so ridiculous, and I'm not gonna be able to find any words to describe this. I'm just so in love with it, and it's just the shapes and the sizes of everything. Like, I'm glad they didn't make their whole head the head. It's just like the top half to give like this weirdly round head for the alien, which is like so oversized, and it's such a genius idea, and they've gone such a classic route, but they've made it so like incredible makeup, but it's still so on brand for Leather. Leather's always doing a kind of like rock.
It's rock, isn't it?
Yeah. They've got a very strict aesthetic that they follow, and they always interpret it into the challenge in such a genius way. And I would have like never expected this. And just the naked lady like getting abducted. What a dream! I wish that was me. I want to be abducted by this alien.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. And that's just so like beautifully drawn. Like the proportions of it. Like, I can't draw a woman normally. I can't draw anything normally, and they've just done that in their chest. I don't understand how that's done. I'm so in love with it. It's genius.
As you say, it's so perfectly on brand because this looks like a rocker's tattoo. Is what it looks like. It looks like I would find this on the back of a rocker's shoulder or on their sleeve or something. And that's how you know they've absolutely nailed. They've applied their own brand to the challenge, which is again one of the essentially how you win, if you can apply your brand and who you are to the challenge to make something that I was not expecting this. Not at all.
Not the slightest.
It's the way that it's so camp and punk, and it's so rock. It's almost like, yeah, I know, it's funny. Like, almost, do you know what I mean? There's a wink and a nudge there that I really, really like.
Obviously, Leather couldn't have predicted this, but everyone else done a very realistic alien and something you would see and believe. Whereas this is the complete opposite. Like, you wouldn't ever believe this because this is ridiculous and this is genius and it's so cartoony and it's just. It's like whatever like animated film this is, I would watch it, and just that alien, and I love the little. Just to make it even more raw,
Yeah.
that little like sign. I love it. Genius. I could literally just like sit here all day and stare at it. Like this is another one that I want printed, and I want it framed, and I want it on a t-shirt, and I want it on a cap and a mug and a phone case. Like all of it. Just give it to me now.
This on a t-shirt would be amazing. Leather, you need to stick that on a t-shirt. That's merch, baby.
Okay, so moving on then, we have the fan favourite of the week, and this week the fan favourite went to the one and only Mugs by Chris. Chris,
Congratulations!
Congratulations! So clearly this was popular because everyone knows this girl and everyone wants to meet this girl. Like, I want to go to this planet and jump on this plane ride. It's such a genius concept, and it's both been done before because you know of this idea of a character, but also it's done so originally and so like creatively and uniquely. It's just gorgeous, and I want to see like the full body of this look because I want to see it walking down, and I want to go to a stage with this on because the look as a whole is like incredible. I think
it's so flattering, and you can tell they really, really know their face and what works on their face, because there is not one thing on their goddamn face that doesn't look good.
So moving on then to the winner. Again, Chris won alongside Leather.
Fantastic.
So congratulations to Chris for winning with this gorgeous blue alien fantasy look, and congratulations to Leather Locklear for winning with this cartoonery, ridiculous illusion, alien, UFO, naked woman abduction, whole storyline. Genius.
Well,
so congratulations to both of them.
Congratulations, very well deserved. And I think what we were saying before, it's kind of when you see something that makes you want to know more about it, or kind of go, right, I need to know the story of where the air hostess is from, or I need to see the alien lip sync, you know, in terms of Leathers.
They've smashed it out the park. And
congratulations.
To the finale of Paint It Out. They're into the top 4, so congratulations to those two.
Fantastic.
And then my least favourite part of the week is the eliminated artists. And this week, Liam Larfin and Evie Heartless were both eliminated, which is just so heartbreaking because I do love both of these looks, and I love both of them, like both artists and like all the looks they've done this season. And they just look like they've been having so much fun this whole season. So I'm sad to not see them. There's only one challenge left anyway, but I'm sad to not see them go any further. But they made it to top 6, so they've done incredible. So congratulations to both of you for having an incredible run this season. And I'm going to miss you loads.
Yeah, fantastic work. 2 incredibly strong looks. So it's getting down to the nitty gritty. That's all it is.
We're going to miss you loads. And
we can't wait to see what you do next. We'll see you on the next one.
Exactly. We'll see you on the next one. So then, Misty Van Cartier, I must ask you, who's your favourite this week?
Oh, it's so difficult. Everyone's so gorgeous and so talented, but I have to say, I'm absolutely obsessed with Sleepy's look, because my goodness gracious me, it's the artistry, the skill, the delicate sweeping of the contours of the face, with prosthetics that I cannot clock, and with the distressing and the imperfections of the skin to make it realistic, even though it is so heightened and so beautiful. Yeah, absolutely fantastic work.
So I have to go with Sleepy as well for my favourite. I'm just so in love with it, and I'm so terrified by it, but also in love with it, and I want to meet it, but I also want to stay so far away from it. And I can't even imagine how much skill and how much time it took to do this look. It's just so perfectly done, and I'm completely enamored by it. I just love it so much. So I have to say that I was very torn between saying Leather or Sleepy this week, just because they're both completely opposite takes of this challenge, but both of them I'm completely in love with. So yeah, I'm giving it to Sleepy, and it's just incredible. The colors, the look, the contacts, the shading, the dots, the freckles, the prosthetics, the lips, the nose, the eyes, the eyeliner, the blues, the background. I could just go on forever. It's just incredible, isn't it? So that's it then. We're done gushing all over all the looks this week. So I hope you've had a nice time gushing over them.
Splish splash.
Splish splash. We love to gush. I hope you've had fun this week.
I've had a wonderful time. Thank you for having me, dear.
Of course, it's lovely to have you back on our screens, and I just thought you'd be such a perfect fit for the Extraterrestrial challenge this week. And we've missed you.
Bit of a fucking weirdo.
Exactly. We love our weirdos.
Thank you so much. Oh, and one more. Can I do one more plug?
Go for it. Plug it.
Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, will be touring the UK again this year, and you can pop on their website and see where we're going to be going. It will be COVID safe. There will be socially distanced tickets, etc., etc., etc. And I would love to see you. And if you'd like to come backstage and say hi or wait at stage door, I'll be happy to see you. So, lots of love.
Perfect. And I can't wait to see it. So yeah, so thank you so much for being here. It's been lovely to have you, and I hope we have you back on our screens very soon.
Marvellous. I hope so too. Okay, bye, darling.
Goodbye. Lots of love. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode with me, Sweet Boy, and Misty Van Cartier, my special guest this week in our alien fantasies. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Next week is the last episode, which is super scary. It's the finale, the top four with Robin Hart, Leather Locklear, Sleepy and Chris, and we just know they're going to pull out some insane looks. So make sure you follow the Paint It Out Instagram account to make sure you see the looks before we spoil them here. And you'll know where to find us next week, next Wednesday, 8 p.m. BST, 3 p.m. EST, where I'll be joined with some extra special guests. And we'll see you very soon. Lots of love. Bye.